na tusiposhughulikia elimu ya watoto wetu, Waswahili wanasema majuto ni majukuu. Sisi ndio tutakuja kujuta. Kwa hivyo sisi kama viongozi wa dini na mashirika ya dini, hata sisi tunachangia pakubwa katika nyanja ya elimu, sio katika jimbo hili peke yake, bali katika nchi mzima. Na mashule zetu inahudumia wale wenye uwezo na hata wale ambao hawana uwezo wanahudumiwa. Kwa hivyo we compliment the government in that sector on a very high note. Pili, hii isiwe ni mwisho. Tuweke msingi ambayo itakuwa endelevu. Kila mwaka tuwe tunakutana kuzungumzia changamoto na yale mambo ambayo imetufanya tufaulu, ili matokeo ambayo tulipata mwaka huu ya kufurahisha izidi kunawiri. Watu wasipokaa pamoja kuzungumzia mambo yao, hasa mambo ya elimu, unakuta ya kwamba tunajenga mwanya, na hiyo mwanya tukiwaachilia, mwisho hatutapata matokeo mazuri, na watoto ambao ni watoto wetu hawatafanya vizuri, na watarudi tu nyumbani vijijini kuja kutusumbua. They will be gangsters. Kwa hivyo tushirikiane. Mambo ya elimu ni mambo ambayo inataka ushirikiano ya serikali kuu, serikali ya majimbo, wazazi, viongozi wa dini, baraza ya wazee, hata watoto wenyewe, ili kufaulu. Mwenyezi Mungu anasema usipomshukuru yule ambaye ako karibu na wewe, unamuona anakufanyia ihsani, hata Mwenyezi Mungu huwezi mshukuru. Nataka kushukuru kiongozi wetu Mwalimu Mumina Bonaya, na muita mwalimu kwa sababu kwanza nilipokuwa mwenyekiti wa mamlaka ya Isiolo Girls, mwanzilishi alikuwa mwanafunzi. Alipohitimu, alipokuwa Nairobi School, alisomesha kijana wangu. Na si kijana wangu peke yake, watoto kutoka Northern Kenya yote, yeye ndio alikuwa mama yao hapo. Najua saa zingine mkiitwa Nairobi kwa sababu ya changamoto, watu walikuwa hawakuji. Look at meetings, the way they are behaving. This is an indicator that despite our achievement, if we as stakeholders, and in a bigger portion the parents, don't teach their children values, our effort will be in vain. We will have doctors who are thieves. We will have professionals who will not fear God. And this is what we are witnessing today. As we are going to as you people, you are going to discuss how to improve academics, we should not forget why we should not teach our children values. Where has the rain beaten us? All over the country. If you go to our national universities, I have been with Bishop to several universities, talking to students on CVE, countering violence and extremism. If you see the way these students behave, despite their academic achievement, that's the time you will know that our children are valueless. What are we building? What type of a nation are we building? If you go next to Tanzania, I've been to Tanzania, the situation is different. The children have values in them that they respect the teachers, they respect the parent, they respect the leaders.
Of our kind, where we are coming together. So we thank Madam Mumina for bringing us together. We appreciate your efforts. And I want to say that we were with Madam Mumina at Nairobi School. So tulianzia mbali. So and she's an educationist, amefunza Pangani, na ukimwona hapa today she's not even in a hurry, she'll be with us until the end. So we want to appreciate you and say thank you. And why we are brought together, we have the County Education Board, which has organized, plus the Kesha where we have the principals who have gathered, and other partners, including KEPSHA and NAT, who are also coming in and COOPED to assist us politically. The theme of this forum is written on our program, where we say that bridging gaps, inspiring minds, and collective journey in Isiolo education. Why are we talking about bridging gaps? We have so many gaps which we'll be able to look at when we are doing SWOT analysis. We look at our weakness, strength, opportunity, and threats, so that we'll be able to understand where do we have these gaps and how are we going to bridge it when we get to group breakout sessions.
Is 7.24, so it's above average. 7.24. Let's go on, Monene, to the next. Geography. Geography, not every student does geography, but you can see we are the 3 A's. 9 A minuses, B plus 28, B 52, B minus 65, and we had 7 E's. The mean was 6.36. It's also above average. CRE, 3 A's, is also not all of them do CRE. 3 A's, 21 A minuses, 33 B plus, 55 B's, B minus 63, C plus 83, 17 E's. The mean is 6.14. I want you to check whether there is anywhere, any subject that do not have an E, because that is also another issue we need to talk about. Every subject I've read there as students who have scored E in that subject. Let's go on. Agriculture. And this is where our students say hawataki kuwa wakulima. Lakini si ni wafugaji. You know, still in agriculture. Kama wewe ni mkulima ama ni mfugaji ziko hapa. Look at the A's that were gotten here. How many? 91, yes. 91 A's. How many A minuses? 41, yes. We call this booster subjects. If a student scores very high here, finally your mean is going to be a good mean in this booster subject. B plus 68, B 57. It is not everyone because they have to choose between agriculture and business studies. It's not every student who does that, so there's a section of them. And then there are 10 E's. The mean is 7.74, above average also. Home science is for a very few, selected few, are the ones who are able to do this. But I can tell you in the CBC, in grade 10 next year, it's good for you to have these ones as part of the STEM, because the technology is there. And only Isiolo sub-county does that. How many schools in Isiolo sub-county? That's home science. Wangasa, I know you are one of them. Yes, Isiolo girls. Yes, Elsa, secondary. The rest of us, maybe you need to see how we can be able to start on this home science subject. That's why we have our readers today here. Let's put all our problems on the table. See? It does very well, 8.30. But if you add those students, you can see how many they are. Sendio? Very few. Next. Computer studies is also for a few. It's not for everyone. And it's done in Garibatura and Isiolo sub-county. The mean is 6.90. We add the two from Garibatura and Isiolo. And you can see the students also. They are 11 A's, 11 A minuses. If you add those students, they also add 2 E's, then you can see. They are not from the total of 1990. Those are the ones who are taking computer sciences. That is another subject we need to be able to improve and see what we can do. Business studies. Business is done stroke agriculture. So those who don't do agriculture do this. We are under 19A's, and this is where we are producing our business people from here. 19A's, 32A minuses, 86 B plus, B 93. They also want 40 E's. The mean is 6.70. So that is also above average. Next, Monene. IRE. This is also for a few selected, but they cut across Garibatura, Chericho, Marit, Cherab, and Isiolo sub-county. We and 1A, 12A minuses, 25B plus, 58B, 70B minus. We also want 13 E's, 5.06. Arabic. Also, it's also not for everyone, it's for a few. We did not have any single A in Arabic, but we had 5A minuses, 7B plus, 15 B's, B minus 12, C plus 22. This is the first subject that we do not have, and E is the only very first since we started. That none scored E, but he had 1 D minus. 1 D minus. Is the only very first one. The mean is 7.51. But you can add the students and see. 5 plus 7, 15, all the way up plus 1, you see how many those ones are. Let's go on. This one is a summary I did for. Those subjects I've shown are the ones our students sat or took part in KCSE 2024. We did well in these subjects because they are above average. History and government, 7.24. Geography, 6.36. CRE, 6.14. Agriculture, 7.74. Next. Home science, 8.30. Computer studies, 6.90. Business studies, 6.70. Arabic, 7.51. The ones, if it's above 6, is above average. Next. This is where we did not do well. Languages, we've already seen Kiswahili and English, ndio? Tumeangalia pamoja. Mathematics and sciences. All the 3 sciences. Their performance is below average. This is where we need to look at what is happening, so that our children, once they are through with the exams, they can have, equal competition in the job market. I am done. So if you look at this, you can see where the A's came from, and the B's, and the C minuses. Our best school was 7.25, 7.16, 7.07, 6.86, 6.62. So all those ones, their performance is above average in the schools. Let's go on. Garibatura High School is also there. Boresa Day in Merit. Mean 6.51. Garibatura High School 6.29. Isiolo Boys 6.20. Gafasa 6.13. St. Mary's, which is a private school, 6.12. Move on. Kuramawe Secondary in Garibatura Sub-County, 6.07. Waso Secondary is also there. Despite missing that they did well, 5 point. 89. Sacred Heart of Jesus minus Seminary, 5.76. Garemara Secondary, 5.70. And the others move all the way down to those who have 3 points. All of them. So our schools that sat, move on to the next, our schools that sat for the exams were 37. The top 5 best schools: Argan Girls in Garbatura, 7.25. And actually it was a drop from 2023. 2023 they had 7.40. So theirs was a negative deviation, but they still topped among the schools in Isiolo County. Birikunur mixed was an improvement, 7.18 from 6.98. Kobesa Day was also an improvement, 7.07 from 6.70. Isiolo Girls was also an improvement, from 6.07 to 6.86. And Shericho Secretary is the one that crosses the top 5 with 6.62. Also an improvement from 6.06. Those ones were our first 5 schools in Isiolo County. In quality assurance, we always recognize those who have improved. You might jump, but not jump to the top 5, but you have put all your effort there. We recognize your effort that you have put. And that is why we have most improved schools. They may not feature among the top 10 or even 20, but they truly have improved from the other year that was there. And Garbatura Sub-County produced Gafasa is the most improved school. They improved with the 3, a positive of 3. From 3.13 to 6.13. Then in Isiolo Sub-County, Armet was the second most improved with an index of 1.89. They had 2.25. They came to 4.14. Number 3 from Isiolo Sub-County also, St. Paul's Kiwanjani. They improved from 2.92 to 4.77, an improvement of 1.85. And Garbatura also produced Garbatura High School, which produced a mean of 6.29, an improvement from 4.50, an improvement of 1.70. And to top the first, the 5 most improved is Elsa Secondary, also from Isiolo Sub-County, improved from 3 to 4.6235, 1.6235. 5 most improved schools. You realize they didn't feature in the top, many of them. So that is why we recognize them. Next. This one is for subjects. And these are subjects that are offered in KCSE. And we would always want, as a county, Isiolo County, to see which subject are we doing well. Where do we need to put more effort? So every subject here has been analyzed. This is English. The mean for the county is 3.96. 3.96. You can look at the sub-counties, all of them are listed there, and see their mean. The highest one is the one that produced 5. That is Cherab. The one that produced 5. But if you look at the grades, look at A, the column for A. There was only 1 in English. And that is from Isiolo Sub-County. There was no A minus. There was none. There were 4 B pluses, 15 Bs, 33 B minuses, 111 C plus, 233 C, 358 C minus, 383 D plus, 582 D, 233 D minus, and that one E. Scoring an E in English? Really? Okay. English is the language that all papers are written in except Kiswahili. So if you can get an E in English, then I think you can start seeing where we are headed. You need to be able to read what the examiner wants you to do and understand the instructions. Let's move on to the next one. Kiswahili. There we are. Kiswahili did better than English because it has 3 A minuses. And the mean is 4.71. It's also below average. This is our national language. So we have B pluses, 26, B prime 60, B minus 120, C plus 245, C 275, C minus 322, D plus 335, D 410, D minus 167, 22 E's. That is also in Kiswahili, our national language. Let's go on. Mathematics. And this is where the rubber meets the road. And without this, we cannot produce engineers. So let's look at it with that in mind. Hesabu did better than the 2 languages. Surprise, surprise. 4.92. Look at the A's. How many? 15 A's in mathematics. We got those. Now you can see where the engineers are coming from. Don't go away from there. A minus 20. So we have 35 in the A's, which is very good, I can tell you for sure. But I know there is room for improvement. And I need to be able to see this is one of the strengths as Isiolo County that we have. And we need to be able to own it very well. Then we have 44 B plus, B 74, B minus. Those of you who do the careers, you know, without mathematics, you not be able to do medicine and all those other engineering courses. So these ones are not bad for us, but we still have very many E's. 381 E. So we are doing better on one side and very badly on the other. Our mean is 4.92 for the mathematics. Let's go on. Biology is another requirement for medical courses. For those who want to do there, we earned 3 A's, 15 A minuses, B plus 102, B 147, B minus 165, and we earned 51 E's. This one we got a mean of 5.48 for this one also. Not bad also, but the A's could go and increase to be better. Next. Physics. It's good for you to know physics. Not every student does physics. This is where you choose whether, if a school is doing 2 sciences, then you can choose. And that is why the numbers are low. If you were to take how many are doing this, these ones are not, or every student does not do physics. But for those who do, we had only 1 A. 3 A minuses, 2 B plus, 11 B's, 22 B minus, E, we earned 24. 5.93 for the mean. Which career requires physics? The engineering also, yes. They also will be able to require this, the engineering courses. Let's go on. Chemistry is another one for the medical courses you need to be able to take. And the chemistry, we did not have any print A, we had 0 A, but we had 6 A minuses. B plus are 10, B is 38, B minus 77. The mean here was 4.47, so we are not doing very well in chemistry. we need to be able to improve in this one. Actually, chemistry is done very poorly among the science subjects. And now that we are almost going to the CBC, we need to be able to think about this because our pathways are going to be limited if we don't improve in this one. History and the government. Mohammed knows we didn't do this. We were in the science class in A level with him. So, hii maneno ya kusoma na kukumbuka, si ndio? When Vasco da Gama went around the world. For us science, hatuwezi hapo. But look at our children. How many A's? 211. They can do so. So it is good. Then we have A minus 108. See? B plus 156. 200 B's. 200 B minus. See? And how many E's? Only 9. Only 9. So this is actually one of our best. When we look at the subjects that we are doing very well, I think this is our best.
So first of all, I want to begin by thanking the good presentation that we've just had. And I think for us, it's the very first time that we are getting an in-depth analysis of our performance over the years. The sad thing is that for many years, we've never had a structured way of looking at our performance in depth like we've done today. So tuwapatie makofi hawa watu wetu. Having listened to her, there are two issues that quickly I observed. The first issue is about languages and sciences. And you know why I'm concerned about the performance there? It's because after every release of KCSE, we are dealing with coups in terms of placement to courses that we need to have our kids placed or our learners. And the headache we normally get as leaders always. And it's very hard to explain to parents why their children cannot be placed in medicine, engineering, and all these prestigious courses. It's because of such performance. I thought there's a lot to celebrate to celebrate today, a lot to celebrate. But after I saw how we are doing with STEM and languages, I'm a bit different now. So I don't know whether you are concerned about that. If learners from all over the country are being placed in those prestigious courses and we are missing out, then we are not developing our human resource as we should. Hapo si kuna shida. So our teachers, our principals, and all of us, stakeholders in this forum, the big question is, why are we not doing well in languages and sciences? That is STEM. Science, what do you call science, engineering, math, and technology. Hapo tuko mbaya. That is number one observation, and it's a big concern. Number two, looking at the subject performance. Have you noticed the too long, uko chini. Hapo kwa E's na D minus, and it shouldn't be that way. Do you know why? The schools in this sub-county are overstaffed. Walimu wamejaa. In terms of infrastructure, they are doing so well compared to schools like in Siricho, Cherab, a school like Korbesa. We can't compare schools in Central to those ones. They even don't have laboratories, those schools. They lack those infrastructure. So I don't see any excuse, madam, why our schools, it doesn't matter whether the population is higher here, why our schools in Central are giving us that long tail. Tuko pamoja paka hapo? Those are my two concerns. Asanteni sana.
The floor is open. Yes. Start for the exam, the teachers and also parents. Despite the hardship situation, in particularly Merti Sub-County and Garbatula, in which they have really performed despite those hardships that I know, and some of those hardships I remember, and you managed to perform. That is my reaction number one, to congratulate you, to make evaluation. The Madam Quality Assurance has really gone through the performance. That is the evaluation. She did quite well. And as a chairman to Isiolo County Education Board, I will not be in position to visit all the schools, but take this message back home, because I have seen some of the areas, some of the schools, secondary schools, without lab. They are doing exam. They sit for the science, no lab, and they manage to perform. So that is due to your sacrifice and your commitment. So that is my reaction number two. Thank you so much, teachers. Thank you so much, principals. And continue being committed to enhance the performance in exam. Number three, in olden days, during our time, the teachers who used to teach us were the Bantu and the Turkanas. This time, the majority of the principals are our sons and daughters in court. So, when I visit to another school called Bulesa Secondary School, I interacted with the parent. Then I asked, just December, how is your principal? They said, principal is very harsh, but we cannot allow or accept to leave him to be transferred, because despite being harsh, the performance are very good. So, thank you.
Hii fursa, nafikiri tangu mara ya kwanza ilikuwa wakati ya Mheshimiwa Saman, wakati aliingia bunge, alikuwa na mpangilio na kulikuwa na mkutano kama hiyo ilifanyika ya kuleta all the stakeholders pamoja. Tangu siku hiyo nafikiri hii ndio mara ya pili. Kwa wale wamepanga hii fursa, tunawashukuru. Ni muhimu sana kuja pamoja. Bona tumeenda chini na tuendi juu. Kweli iko pengo mingi. Pengo ambaye imetokea shule sehemu mbalimbali. Iko changamoto. Kama mimi natoka sehemu ya Merti. Kutoka 2022 wakati nimeongea katika kamiti, tumekuwa na shortage ya walimu. Subjects kama mathematics paka leo tunatafuta na hatupati, na sehemu zingine kama Central walimu ni wengi na wanasema wakubali kwenda sehemu ya nje. Haya mambo ndio yamefanya watu performance iende chini. Ni muhimu sana kuangalia hata huko nje. Alafu hata kuna changamoto tangu inception ya CDF, hiyo shule hatujafaidika na chochote paka leo. Nafikiri ilikuwa wakati ya Hassan ilikuwa imejengwa staff quarters 2 and completed up to today. Haya, wakati wa mwisho kuja kuona viongozi katika hata hiyo mashule, the last visitor, ujumbe ambaye amesign visitors book katika hiyo shule, nafikiri ilikuwa wakati ya Mheshimiwa Moko. Tunahitaji positive na lazima nitambue Mheshimiwa Mumina ametutumia desk 40 na viti 40. Tunasema asante. She's the third women rep. Lakini wale wengine hatujafaidika nao. Lazima tuseme ukweli. So ni muhimu sana tukikutana mahali kama hii tuweze kusema yale shortcomings, gaps ambaye ziko katika mashule. Mashule hizo za remote, walimu wanakuwa na changamoto, na ni muhimu sana. Tunawapongeza kwa sababu kule hizo sehemu zote wanavumilia na wanakaa na sisi. Employment hatupati kama wakati hii. Mheshimiwa, kidogo nataka sikio lake sana. Wakati hii employment imefanyika, hatujabahatika kupata walimu na tuko na shortage. Replacement hatupati. Walimu hawataki kukaa kwa hiyo sehemu, na ni sehemu safe, haina shida. So tunaomba walimu ya mathematics, vile subjects na English haziko, wakichukuliwa no replacement. Na mambo ambayo imetokea, walimu ambayo tunaletewa ni wale wako na machangamoto ndio wanaletwa huko. So tuletewe na waandikwe wa locals. Hata saa hizi we have locals who have graduated but they don't get job. Wanakaa na hizo ma certificate ya mathematics na hatuna mwalimu wa mathematics. So one special request I want to make to Honorable Mumina, tuko na mwalimu wa mathematics saa hii na tuko shortage ya walimu huko. We have one teacher, a lady, is teaching 34 subjects. 34 subjects per week, na mwalimu mmoja peke yake. Saa hii we have graduates who are loitering na hawana usaidizi. Tunaomba
and the teachers of Isiolo girls. That girl did well. She got a B-. She was admitted to university, but she declined. She joined KMTC. She's now in KMTC Kakamega. So let us believe in our institutions. I want to see Madam Mheshimiwa, one day the top leadership of this county attending Isiolo, what is it called? Isiolo County Referral and Teaching Hospital. If our leaders attend these institutions, who are the others not to attend? So let's believe in our institutions. And the political leaders, please identify with some of these schools. If each MCA can identify with one school, we can have centers of excellence in each of these counties, in each of these wards. Some leaders in other counties are talked about negatively when their schools do not do well. Maybe we need to do that. So leaders should monitor performance of schools in both curriculum and co-curriculum. Schools should set targets. Board of Management need to meet this semester, this term, and look at their results as individual schools and set their own targets. Margaret Lesuda, one of our regional directors, one time advised us, for secondary schools, if each school can target to increase their scores by 1 point, then we'll move to 7 from where we are today or last year. So please let's set targets. Senior school, we are going there, but are we as a county prepared? Do our schools have the facilities? So that is one area. Senior school is something we need to think about. Because this performance we are celebrating today, we hope in the next 5 years we'll be able to celebrate when the senior school do their assessments. Finally, many years ago, when I was listening to Radio Tanzania, and this late president, Benjamin Mkapa, said he had Mwalimu Kambarage Nyerere saying one time that uzee ni dawa. Uzee ni dawa. So, what is happening to our elders in this county? Seti talked about values in the morning. Look at where we are going. Isiolo now has a record for heckling leaders. So, and it's our leaders who divide us. And elders are supposed to make sure that that does not happen. So elders, have we stopped giving doses of dowry? Or is it that people are not taking the doses? Is it that we are giving underdoses? I want to leave you with that challenge. And finally, stop back order of USA. I don't know what you people are thinking about in Nairobi about this. Here in the county, we have been affected so much. There are organizations who have sent 120 employees home. Ourselves in P, we have been affected. And if you look at the county also, some of our sectors have depended heavily on this kind of support. So, is it business as usual for us? Yes. Is it business as usual that we do our budget the way we are doing? Or are we rethinking how we are going to do this? Because what is coming from outside is not only US, by the way. The Netherlands is talking of the same. Germany is talking of the same. So I think we need to look at ourselves. We need to look at how to, share our resources well. And I'm not saying this out of mind. I'm saying this as an elder, as a professional of this county, as a leader also, that things are going to be bad. Look at our hotels now. Go there. There are no businesses. And I know in the past, whenever the county or even the national government, whenever we have functions, we take them to mail. So what will happen to our business? So I think I want to leave at that. I want to wish you all the best. We are together. I'm a retired teacher. My other name is Mwalimu. So we'll be together.